Okay, I'm back. And so this is basically what's happening. Like I said, that was Frankelbitz, and that was Mr. Gregory's place. Had like furniture and stuff that he would sell. Now this hump has been there for so many years. That tree done pushed it up even more. So that's something that we will always walk around. No matter what or how high you was or what was going on, you avoided that area because it could cause you some real serious problems. Anyway, there was a guy named Calvin Rogerson and Amp Rogerson and Daryl Rogerson. Daryl Rogerson was the middle son, the youngest son. He ended up buying this building, and he turned it into a place to where he was gonna open a business. And I guess someone offered him a good price, and he sold it. But other than that, that used to be Frankelbitz, where we get our greens and stuff like that without going to the main grocery store. Right along down through here, you could walk the strip, and you'll have a ride, run into people walking on the street saying, hey, what's up, man, what you need? Trying to sell you some drugs, or trying to see if you got some money so it can hit your ass up. Yeah. And so best thing to do, if you didn't know the person, or sometimes even if you did know them, you know what they're about, they're trying to get on, you keep walking, tell them, hey, ain't nothing happening, to where you're supposed to be going. Because 9 times 10, if you were like me and you came down in this neighborhood, they know that you wasn't down here all the time, but they know that when you came, you had money with you because you was ready to get your freak on, huh? So they catch your motherfucking ass and stick you up before you can get in the groove, or either turn you into a place where they can take your ass out. You know, anything by any means necessary, they want to get that money. A friend of mine I grew up with named Ursula Washington used to live there. But anyway, we used to hustle Popeyes bottles together. Brother named Pig and them used to hang down through here, and they used to have it going on, Fish and Punk and who else is that? I can't even think of that other dude's name. Oh man, and I knew his daughter too. Man, Bert, Big Bert, yep. Yeah, and David Davis. Yeah, we all used to be down through in here. Of course, I didn't all the time, but they were here like the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? This was their hood. And if you knew them, you can come in. If you didn't know it, you better get to stepping. But that was Miss Wallace building right there. You can take and go to most any door in there and give a guy $25 or $30 and go in, he'll let you smoke. Or if you got a little chick with him, he'll let you use his bathroom to trick. Same thing with this building here. Most of the time you see people in the back, when you go to the back door, they be in the hallway smoking. Yeah, I'm telling you what I know now. You can believe what you want to. And this is 16th and College. This is what they call the strip. At any given time, if you want to put your hustle on, you stand on close to this corner or on the corner because you done run out of money, and maybe somebody will pull over around this corner and you can say, what you looking for? And they say, hey, look here, I want a cop of 20. And you say, I got you. And then you tell them, turn around, come back, pull over here. And when they pull over across the street there, they park like that car parking there. And they say, well, okay, let me park. He said, nah, don't worry about parking. Give me the money. I'm gonna go on in and get it for you. So he said, man, don't burn me, man. Don't. I said, no, nigga, you know everything's cool. Ain't nobody trying to play no funnies, nigga. Shit, I got you. And he'll give you the 20, and you'll walk right up here and go through that entrance. Once you get to 20 from me, he'll sit right there. You go right down through there, and that front door there. And then once you go to that front door, he think you in the building. It's the back door. You're gonna come out that back door and cut on across that field. And when you get across that field, he gonna be looking. And so he'll drive down this alley and go back there and see there was a back door. And when he find out there was a back door, He gonna be looking around for you that way, but you gonna be right over there because you done went around this motherfucker on his ass. Yeah, and so you watching him so he can leave, so you can go back right where you was and cop dope and smoke it in the hallway. Yeah, I said it. I'm giving you the real deal. Now you can believe what you want to. I'm telling you from experience. Now this here is Broadway Street. Broadway, before they put all this special stuff in here, was a community of houses all the way down. Opie Dowdy, Big and Staff Construction Company, Beverly Greer, a lot of different people lived up and down that street that I can't even answer, say who they were. And that's what it was. Now back over through here, it was a big church. And the guy I went to school with named Benjamin Bell. And he had a sister named Greta, I think it is. No, that was Fred Sargent had a sister named Greta. Fred Sargent lived down at the other end of the park down there. Him and his son, no, his little brother went to school with me. I can't think of his name, but he was a sergeant too. But this was a church right here. And they used to feed us sometime before we go to school because the school didn't serve breakfast. All they need you to do is go to school. If you're lucky, you might get a cracker or some milk or something. But then they pay your ass to go to sleep. Right there is where they said Martin Luther King and President Kennedy shook hands in the community. And this little park was small then. And I lived right here, category, just a little bit over from this apartment. I live right here. But every time I walk out the door, I can see the school. But every time I come out the back door, I would see this park. And I would go out there and play in the swings and stuff like that. So it is what it is. That's school 27, school that I went to when I was younger. And it's been close to, I want to say, 59 years since I've been to this school. I was probably about like 7 when I started, because it was a church over there and it was a preschool. They were connected somewhat. But that's the original building there for school 26 now. I don't know when this building was built, but I'm gonna walk around and just kind of see if I see anything on here that says when it was built. And I don't want to get all up on the building because I know that I'm a black man. It's a possibility the police ride down on me talking about I'm trying to break in and entering or some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? All I'm doing is shooting a video, but shit happens when you ain't the right color. Yeah, I said it. You just go down these stairs and play. All kinds of shit. Yep. My auntie Aunt B used to live right there. My grandma Vesterbilt used to live right there. And that house right there and that lot, that house next to it and that house next to that and the house next to them was property that they owned that was flat. They had garden on there. They had an area where you can sit down and have picnics. And that was that. Uncle Henry Lee had the biggest garden in this area, and the school would bring the kids over to see the cabbages and all the different vegetables that he was growing. And because he had a huge garden, I mean, he had peanuts and stuff, man. This dude growing peanuts in the city limit, sweet potatoes. I mean, the man was, he was a genius. Everything he touched turned to green. And then my Uncle George, he owned an apartment building right here. Deji's mother and them lived in there. Deji and them lived in there, and his mother and his sister, before it burnt up. But they owned pretty much from that stop sign all the way down to that alley crack. And then Uncle George had a variety store in the back. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna go all into this. This was Dodge City, where you could buy all the drugs you wanted to. They tore the building down and they built this other building over here where it's low-income housing. This building here I pretty much help do the stucco painting or the stucco and concrete work on here with my cousin Mickey before he died. We used to do the stucco work. Well, we didn't used to. The guy was training us and teaching us how to do it. And so we did that building. That was my first work. Second job's working with stucco. My first job was working with gunite. And so Marvin Johnson's little brother was dating a young lady that lived in this building. And she lived around the front part. I can't think of her name, the light-skinned sister. But this is one of Van Boy's properties. But we did all the stucco work on this building. I mean, made some pretty good money. But it was short-lived for me because my addiction got the best of me. With that kind of money, I didn't know what else to do. Anyway, she lived in this apartment right here. And his name was Dexter. Dexter Johnson, Marvin Johnson's baby brother. And sometimes I come with my cousin and we go right here, knock on his door, and he go in and get something or whatever. That's what was happening. And this here is one of the houses that the mayor had bought and it's supposed to be redoing and stuff, but some kind of way it ended up in some private owner's hand, but it was bought with tax money. Yeah, that's right. I gotta tell you about this place, and then I'll stop. There was a place down the street here called the Betty K's. This is Central Street. Central was a place. It was like the strip for heroin addicts or any type of addict. Also had a lot of gay people walking up and down the street, posing as women, and if you stop and pick them up, and you ain't from the hood, trying to get your trying to get that done, they'll beat your ass and take your money. And most of the time, it wasn't black guys that they was beating. So anyway, it was what it was. And there was a place down here on the corner that used to sell. This here is the original house, even that door. That door is original. I just wanted to look at that. That door was there. I ain't gonna tell how long that door's been there. But you can see the houses that are not original and the ones that are. That apartment building was original too. Now, right here, from that gray house to this yellow house. Now, from the gray house to the white house, it was a place called the Betty K's. And that's where they would go and have the shows for gay people and stuff like that. Now, this is the alley I was talking about. My kinfolk owned from way down at that building down to this alley. My uncle also ran a store right here, a variety store, which would sell candy and little stuff like that, chips and stuff like that. It was right here. And he had a garage in the back where a dude named, what was his name? I don't know if it was Speedy, but he was in the back doing mechanic work. And then over across the street here was a place called Rice Auto. It was right here from the beige house over to this other beige house, 1822, from 1818 to 1822. And it was Rice's auto sale. Everybody would go there just like they go to AutoZone now. This here was a house that belonged to Miss Ardell's brother. He was a brother, worshiper of God, and he knew what was getting ready to happen, so he bought from that fence all the way down to that corner. His name was D'Angelo, I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, his nephews and I knew each other, and he bought all the way down. And when he died, his wife and kids are taking care of everything else. I guess they sold these two lots, but they own that house all the way down to that gate. And so it is what it is. He was smart enough to invest in the community when property was cheap. and he held on to it. He also told his sister to do the same thing, and she did. But things, after she died, things kind of got out of hand. And you know how that is when you got a bunch of siblings and, we all need to take care of the property and we don't. Eventually, it's going to be gone. And so, as you can see, right down the street there, that's the original School 20. That's the new School 26 down there. Yeah. But anyway, we're at, I think this is 19th and Central. And so these buildings here that was here basically was small businesses. They weren't, all this was residential. This house wasn't here. This house right here is original. As you can see up there on that wood, that's the original house. It was here when I was here and probably before I was here. So I would say it's probably early 1900s. This house here is new. Those houses there are new. Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna show you where my friends lived, but I'm gonna go over here for a second. Now, right there at that stoplight pole where that light is, at the end of that car, it's alley. And my family used to live, it was a double right there. And we used to live on the end of that alley. And we used to come out in the front yard like we was digging to China. But that was then. Then we moved around the corner around there off of what they call, I guess, Ogden. But it was an alley, but it was a house on an alley. So then we stayed there for a while. That's where I first learned how to drive. And my feet couldn't reach the gas or the brakes, but I threw that bad boy in reverse and the car started rolling. And I don't know what happened. I blacked out. But they got the car stopped and got me out of there. And I don't even remember getting a whooping. That shit must have been serious. But I know that I didn't get in no car no more until I was probably about like, to drive, I had to be about around 16 and 17. And my mom bought me my first car from out south. It was a Rambler. Yep. But I seen a dude yesterday that used to live in one of these houses here. I seen him last week. He had a big family too, but he didn't remember who I was because he didn't grow up with me. This building right here, it's been incognito with no name for the last over 70 years. Whatever business they're doing there, they keep it to themselves. They don't hire in the community. They just here. Somebody could probably tell me they retired from this place and I'd never seen them because they park back there and you never know they're in the community. And so that's it. But this house here, this lot, that house, the house next to it, and that lot belong to some friends of mine. Their mother had bought it. And unfortunately, they ended up losing it. But 1, 2, 3, I think all 4 of those lots, all 3 of those lots used to be theirs. And that house is huge and immaculate. Always have been. But that was where people would come in the neighborhood to hang out and play music. We played music upstairs in the attic. Dennis would play drums and Shelly would come by and we'd play lead and stuff. You know, we just kind of kicked it. But anyway, that second yellow house right there is where Tim Ellis lived. Tim Ellis was a quiet guy, and later on he moved away and became one of the most aggressive guys that you wanted to know. I don't know what happened, but he became a bully. Yes, I said it, but that's my nigga. He's still a good dude. He helped me out of a lot of situations, and I appreciate that. But I could show you exactly where I used to live at, but oh hell no, I might as well go and do it. I got time. Anyway, this used to be an apartment building here. This whole thing used to be a blue apartment building, and the apartment building all across there, and We used to play basketball in the alley back here. There was a guy named Mitsu, his big brother Tubby Jackson, and the other brother, they put a basketball court back here, and we would play basketball in the alley back here. This is what we would do. And so that was then. This is now. That house right there on the corner, a guy named Shuby used to own it, I think. He still has family member in that house. It's still owned by some parts of his family. And that's 1961. And then there was a girl who went to school with me named Gail Gladly. She lived in that gold brownish house. And they still own it. But other than that, I don't think there's nobody else in the community that actually was here then. Amos, Nim and Drake them used to live in that second house. That house on that's gray is it's built brand new. And then right here used to be some doubles. Right here used to be some apartments. The twins, Jamie and I can't think of her other name, her sister's name. They used to live in there. She's working with the city of Indianapolis. She's getting ready to retire as a stewardess. No, as a union steward for the city of Indianapolis. But anyway, I lived at 2020 Ruckle. And we used to play on this street. It ain't changed at all. They'd already paved it with no brick street over here then. But a guy here named Jack, George Stokes, and right here was another guy that was a Muslim, lived here. His wife left him. His upstairs apartment. This is newly built. 2020 Ruckle, that's where my house would have been. That guy wanted to sell that house property to my mom for $2,000 back then. But she wanted to move out of this community. Had she bought it, it would have been a good buy. But our people perish because of lack of knowledge. You know, I want to say Russell Lewis and them lived here in 2022 and 2028 because it was a half double. Over here, Miss Aunt B lived right there, and Miss McKenzie had from here to here, and then Miss McKenzie lived here, and then it was a field here, and then Miss Harper, Dennis Salone's grandmother, had this here field and a house right here in this area. Right across the street from her was Dean and Reggie Fletcher and Shemaine. And D had ended up buying this house. He also ended up buying this house. And as far as I know, he sold them. But there was an apartment building here where Betty Booker stayed in. She looked out for me a few times. It's a big field right here. There was a guy named Angelo that died in his field. There was some kin to Russell and them, which is their grandmother's son, which is Miss Ardell's brother. And he was found in this field, he OD'd. Along that was a lot of weeds, and then you would get to Mr. Armstrong's place. Mr. Armstrong always had a cigar in his mouth with a ring on it, a ruby ring. And he had a dog, three-legged dog that was black and white. And he lived here from that red house to that yellow. And then from there, it was Terry Love. His mother was named Miss Bell, and she lived there in a house with her kids, and Terry Love and Boo Boo. And then so right about here, I think, was another field. And then right there where that greenhouse was, Junebug and them stayed. And his daddy played for the Pacers at one time. His name was Fred. He's a minister now. But anyway, he also was Sherry and Fritz's daddy. Yeah, Right across the street here again was Terry Love and them. And then next to them was a house that was empty. And then next to that was another house. I'm not sure who was in there. But from this here house all the way to the corner was a place called the Corner Store, where we should go and listen to music. Because back then, everybody didn't have no record player and stuff like that. our TV probably just barely make it. And we used to go over there, listen to music, and buy candy, and hang out and shit. And there was a big old apartment right over here. The girl lived in named Angie. Angie was cool. You know, everybody wanted to get where, you know, we was young. We didn't know nothing about anything but grinding. Right here on this corner here, 21st and Ruckle, this is the Blewett's house. Ray Blewett and them owned this house. They owned the lot next to it. And next to that, Ray Anderson and his brother were raised. It's Ray Anderson, and he had a brother named Alfred. Alfred could outrun anybody on the track that I ever known of. He run in the neighborhood just to be running, and he wasn't scared. Didn't nobody mess with him. He hang along and stuff, but he was one of the fastest runners I ever seen. Right there on the end of the corner was Dennis Hart and them. Let's not forget Rhonda and her sister that lived right in this area too. Yep. And they had a brother, little brother. I don't know if his name was Man or what. Yeah. Right here was a guy who worked for the city. He owned from here to that orange house. He was married to a Latino woman or whatever, but he had it fixed up and it was nice, and he did his thing. So just know that tree is old as I am big. Yep. And the corner store was right here. And then we got the park back here again. Now, June Appleton lived down here off a park, and between 21st and 22nd. I knew him. Him and Bernard used to go to school together. They knew each other. It was a guy named Jerry Sims that used to hang out with June Appleton. And Stanley and them lived down through here too. Stanley and a few of the guys. But anyway, I'm gonna show you this house, and then I'm gonna get back on point to what I should be doing, because I don't want to get too far off. Because I haven't ate yet. I don't know if I can go to Country Kitchen or not, but I really don't want to. But this used to be a bootleg house, this green one and the gray one. The people that lived there used to bootleg. It's two old guys. One was kind of short, fat, dumpy, and the other one was kind of slender. And they used to bootleg and sell liquor in the community. Right here at this house right here, James went to school with my brother Bernard. I can't think of the last name, but he had another brother that married Dorothy Booker's younger sister. And man, I can't think of his name, but he had another brother that used to drink a lot. Him and Miss Sue used to hang out. I can't think of his name. But anyway, that's where they have lived and have been for I don't know when, ever since that house was built. And as you can see, this is the park. I'm not gonna go into no more details because could be information that could cause me to have to, you know, spill information that I shouldn't be spilling. Wow, I got a good walk. I've been doing okay though. I got to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna find me an alley like I used to. But anyway, until next time, join me for a bit of the truth of our community in Indianapolis, Indiana, and what used to happen and what was and what is. Peace out.